All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, another NBA offseason video. In this video, we're going to talk about the Lakers and the saga that is their ownership over the past, uh, was it 16, 18 months, and what's going on with them because it's a strange time in the world of basketball for the Lakers, who are one of the premier franchises, and it's a weird time for the owners slash governors of the Los Angeles Lakers. We're going to talk about all that. Obviously, keep it more to the basketball side, but there are some things floating around about why some of these things happened. I won't get into that too much, but if you like what I have to say, like the video. If you have an opinion, comment down below. And if you just like the vibes, consider subscribing. So, yeah, the long story short is that the Lakers were sold to one person, and then they were flipped and sold again. And now we're in this predicament where um, one of the premier franchises of the NBA is getting thrown around like an investment property in some great neighborhood. That's what it's that's what it's starting to feel like. Before we do that, I do want to take a trip back in time here and talk about where this all started. Where I guess the modern version of the Lakers, where it was sort of a family-owned business. It was run questionably at times, but it was owned by a family and a group of people that really cared about basketball and the Lakers and all that. So, to start us off here, I'm going to take us back to May 1979 when Dr. Jerry Buss bought the Los Angeles Lakers from Jack Kent Cooke for $67.5 million. The historic purchase also included the Los Angeles Kings and the Forum in Inglewood, California, where the Lakers would play for a bunch of years. The Buss family including Dr. Jerry Buss, his kids, Jeannie Buss, most notably, you probably know her. Um, they oversaw a great era of Lakers basketball. Obviously, Showtime Lakers with Dr. Buss, and then with Jeannie Buss and her brothers, Shaq and Kobe. Um, they facilitated the move from the Forum to what at the time was the Staples Center, and then the rebranding of the Staples Center to the Crypto.com Arena. Um, and in between all those eras, there were different times. There were a couple championships. There were good times. There were bad times. And then finally, in let's see when this was, in October 30th, 2025, the NBA Board of Governors approved the sale of the Buss family's controlling stake in the team at a record $10 billion evaluation to businessman and Los Angeles Dodgers owner Mark Walter. Um, at the time, I'm going to take a pause here, right? This is in 2025. Um, Mark Walter picked the team up at a right time. The Dodgers are obviously coming off some major success in the MLB. Mark Walter has his I'll use the word tentacles and other things that are very successful. Obviously, if you have $10 billion, you have some version of money somewhere, and it seemed like a really great time for Mark to buy the team. I was very happy that Mark owned the team because it felt like somebody who cared about sports, who cared about basketball. He's put some MLB fans might argue with you and might look at you kind of weird, but he's put a lot of money and a lot of time into the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have been greatly successful. And I thought he could do the same for the Lakers. And when he did get the Lakers, and when he got this approved, the transfer over of the ownership, he started bringing people from the Dodgers into the Lakers front office. He started bringing team doctors over as well, like physicians and all that stuff. And he started bringing over a bunch of things, positive things, modern things that I think the Lakers really needed um, in order to take this step in this next era, which is the Luka era. And it all felt great. It felt like somebody really cared about the Lakers. I felt like the Buss family found somebody that wanted, obviously not going to move the Lakers, but wanted to keep the team in Los Angeles, wanted to empower the team more, wanted to make the team great again and revitalize this whole franchise, because it has been a weird couple years since the championship that they won in 2020, and it's been a long road. And I thought that this was like a turning point for the team, that for the next like 20, 30 years they were going to be really good, and they were going to be in a really good place to be competitive. And Mark Walter would spend whatever he needed to keep the team competitive, just like he has with the Dodgers. Obviously, there are different rules in the MLB to the NBA, but he was going to keep this team competitive, and he really cared. And then we got a bombshell. A bombshell went off, and well, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, we got a curveball. Put it that way. How about that? Um, we got the curveball. Um, it ended up being that Mark Walters' time as the Lakers owner slash governor lasted all about 10 months before he flipped around and sold it to Bob Iger and a venture capitalist and a whole group of people, an ownership group, for $12.5 billion. And this was on, I guess this was close to August 13th. And this was reported by Ramona Shelburne of ESPN. So, the elephant in the room, why did he do this? Why did he sell the team for only 10 months? Or why did he have the team for only 10 months and then sold it? Your guess is as good as mine. There's a bunch of conspiracy theories floating out there. The main one that I kind of feel comfortable talking about a little bit is that maybe he actually didn't have the $10 billion that to like give, and there was a miscalculation somewhere. That sounds very unrealistic, but that's the only one I'm comfortable talking about right now, because there's a bunch of stuff floating around about him. He has a federal investigation going on, a probe going on right now into himself. So there's that portion of it that we won't dive into too much, but yeah, this is very weird, and it's very weird because a team like the Lakers shouldn't be tossed around like this, even if you're not a Lakers fan. It feels very weird that the team was sold in this manner so quickly. Like I said, it felt like they're just like selling a very nice property in a nice neighborhood over and over and over again. And there are some other wrinkles into this where like Jeannie Buss still owned, the Buss family owned some section of the Lakers, and it was reported after that they also had sold their stake, and then Jeannie Buss came out individually outside of the Buss family, said we're not doing that. That didn't happen. Um, yeah, it's a weird situation to be in. Bob Iger is also an interesting character because he's the former Walt Disney CEO or executive, we'll put it that way. He's gone on podcasts. I remember watching him on a podcast with JJ Redick when he had his podcast. It's funny because this resurfaced after the deal went through. And Bob Iger said he was a Clippers fan. Hmm. Interesting, right? Yeah. Um, General thoughts outside of the weirdness of it. I'm not trying to say Bob Iger doesn't like basketball. I'm saying the other people that he surrounded himself with in this ownership group probably don't care about basketball. And my main concern for the Lakers and the NBA is that the league is being infiltrated by forces that don't care about basketball. They care about the price tag on a team and either making the price tag go up or having it go down and then selling it when they can. That's my worry because we've seen a lot of owners do this. I call them owners. They're supposed to be called governors now. I call them owners still. We've seen a lot of owners sell their team and have immediate regret about it. Um, we've seen, most notably with the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban selling his controlling stake in the team to somebody that I think he regrets. The Celtics um, owner, I forget his name, selling to somebody else and not somebody who was in house already that was familiar with the team. And they have a dubious background. The current owners of the Celtics. There's just a whole bunch of things going on in the NBA that makes me vaguely concerned that we are getting farther and farther away from basketball and we are getting more into, and it's always been like this, these teams being treated as investments and things to be sold off or pawned off to the highest bidder. And it feels like we are heading into dangerous water where a team is going to be sold to somebody who's actually like a really bad person. And I've said in a lot of videos, when you're a millionaire, when you're a billionaire, you don't get those millions and billions through a good nature deal. You screw over people, you betray everybody you love, and you get to be a soulless billionaire millionaire, right? That's how you become one. Um, then there are the other people with millions and billions of dollars who have it through, nepotism, and those people have their own things going on. And I'm rambling now, but my point being is, the NBA is heading into a weird place where the checks and balances aren't checking and aren't balancing. I understand that the board of governors has to approve this sale, like they did when Mark Walter bought the team, but all these guys are buddy buddy. They all run in the same circles. There isn't a reason why they wouldn't approve this. And there are other things going on why this is immediately going to get approved. And there are other things that I'm not sure that Adam Silver cares about. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner. Um, it's it's a weird place to be because Adam Silver has always been about making the league more money, and the league has made more money. The cap's gone up every year. When you look at it from a numbers perspective, year by year, Adam Silver's done a great job. Um, the product and the other things that us fans, that us normal fans care about, has suffered at times, and we've made our voices heard. And not that Adam Silver cares about it, but I think he has heard the complaints. The small ones being like, we want the Larry O'Brien Trophy on the finals court again, and they did that, which is a small like little thing, like here's a bone, go fetch, boy, sort of thing. But yeah, I don't think Adam Silver is gonna do anything about this. Should he? Maybe. Uh, I feel like we are heading down a dangerous path, though. And you have this going on. You have the Kawhi Leonard Clippers situation going on, and you have a bunch of weird stuff going on in the NBA. And we are getting further and further away from the actual basketball, and we are getting deeper and deeper in muddy waters of like this whole. Many things are going to be a distraction from the actual basketball on the court. Um, Especially because this next year's draft class isn't as great as the previous couple years. Um, the second apron is still affecting teams. Um, there's a bunch of stuff going on that we're getting a little bit away from the Lakers discussion, but you catch my drift. I'm concerned as a basketball fan that it isn't about basketball anymore. And obviously, in the doldrums of the off season, this is the only stuff we have to talk about. There's no basketball going on. There's World Cup stuff going on in a couple weeks, but for the male side of basketball, there's nothing going on really. And this is the stuff we have to talk about. And throughout the course of the season, we probably won't hear about this. It'll probably get dusted under the rug, and we'll forget about it. And then maybe at some point it'll be brought up again. There'll be a think piece about it, or somebody will report something breaking about it. But yeah, I grow concerned that the people involved, and especially involved in a premier franchise like the Lakers, um, aren't here for basketball reasons. They're here for other reasons. Um, but to talk about it from the basketball side, uh, like the actual on the court product, um, I worry. I'm worried about my second favorite player in the NBA, Luka Doncic, that um, this is going to be a disaster. It's going to be an absolute disaster next season. Um, I like what the Lakers did this offseason. I like it well enough. Last season they were 53 and 29. Um, the season prior they were 50 and 32. And they've had some pretty successful years. I'm going all the way back since the 2000s. They've had some really bad years too. Um, they've not made it to the conference finals in what is this, one, two, three, in 3 seasons. The last time they were in the conference finals was 2022, 2023. Um, and that's when they were still coached by Darvin Ham. So it's been a minute for them. And I don't know what the future holds for the Lakers entirely, because I can understand and I can appreciate if, you know, you don't know basketball. These millionaire billionaires don't know basketball. Is actually is an investment for them, but they hire people that know basketball. Um, I don't know. I don't know anybody with a conscience, or we'll say like anybody in good faith could work for Bob Iger and some of these other people involved in the ownership group. I don't know anybody that could, which limits your talent pool. And when you limit your talent pool, you limit your resources. And when you limit your resources, you limit everything about you and your team. And I'm trying to find this Luka Doncic post here about the ownership changing. 1 second. I found it, but as I was saying, I feel like it limits the amount of talent that the Lakers can get on the front office side, on the medical staff side, on even on the coaching side. Um, there are dangerous things at play that I think that will make the Lakers suffer, and that makes me sad for my second favorite player, Luka Doncic, and it makes me sad for Lakers fans because Lakers fans don't deserve this. Lakers fans can be annoying, but they don't deserve to have this sort of ownership group loom over them and control their lives and control their emotions because basketball is about emotions and it is about rooting for your favorite team. And I'm frightened that the Lakers might, if it goes badly, it's gonna go really bad. It's gonna go really bad. Let's go to Luka's reaction to the sale to Bob Iger and his ownership group. Um, this is on Twitter from Luka Doncic. Being a Laker means everything to me, and I'm excited to get back on the court and bring a championship to LA. I've gotten used to big changes over these last few years, but I know that no matter what, there is no limit to the potential of this iconic franchise. I look forward to meeting with Josh and Bob so we can get together to work building something special in LA together. To get to work to build something special in LA together. I really hope that's true. Luka's been through enough. Luka's been through enough. He has some off the court stuff going on, and I feel like that's been resolved. And I really felt like this next season for the Lakers, potentially with Mark Walter, was going to be really good. And for this sudden shift to happen once again, um, it feels like your parents getting divorced or something. It feels like you're always moving houses, you're always moving schools. It's not a good feeling. I don't think, and I don't think it's good for the stability of the franchise. I don't think it's good for, I mean, any relationship within the organization because a lot of the Rob Palenka, JJ Redick, they were all brought in under the old regime, under the Genie Bus, regime, and now being flipped 2 times over, there could be some massive turnaround if things don't go right, and yeah, we shall see. Yeah, this is a little bit of a shorter video. I just wanted to hop on here and talk about this. I know this happened a little bit ago now, but I wanted to wait and see if some more information came out. Um, Not a lot of information has come out, just a bunch of like rumors and gossip and like a bunch of stuff that we don't really talk about on this channel unless we know it for a fact. Obviously, I alluded to some stuff and obviously I gave my own opinion, but that is my own opinion and is not a reflection on, what I think is actual fact. It's just my opinion, not a fact. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. This has been on the docket for a while to talk about, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as we move towards the end of this month and the beginning of next month, you guys will start to see some more NBA stuff. We'll start doing preseason predictions. We'll start talking about every team's off season and what the projections are for next year or next season. And yeah, that's it. You can check out some more videos on the right. There's a playlist on the right. Right now, you can click it. It will take you to the Hot Topics or men's basketball playlist. There's also a video on the left side, top left of your screen, that you can check out and watch another one of my videos. I'd really appreciate it. And there's a little icon right here, bottom middle. And if you click that, right next to it, a little subscribe will pop up, and you can be my 23rd or 24th subscriber. Lucky you. Like and comment as well, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.